Welcome to the Nam Tum Makers family. In today's video, let's watch how Ben Kilner spent 2 years renovating a 100-year-old house. He starts the work by getting rid of old things. The back room filled with moldy old clothes is also quickly cleared out. He drags the massive amount of garbage outside and throws it neatly into the scrap bin. After dealing with the garbage pile, he removes the rotten floorboards in the attic. To completely change the layout, he decides to tear down the partitions and rotten wooden frames. The dismantling process is quite arduous because the old structure has severely degraded. The climbing plants will hinder the construction of the walls and roof, so he will remove them. Then Ben uses a small trowel to scrape off the old green paint clinging to the wall. The construction mortar has oxidized over time. Just with his bare hands, he can detach the bricks on the chimney. Every scattered old brick is kept and scrubbed clean for later reuse. A layer of wet mortar is quickly spread evenly over the chimney mouth to create a solid foundation. Once the top of the chimney is smooth, he immediately uses a grinder to cut a heat-resistant base plate. Finally, the terracotta chimney pot is permanently fixed with a thick and sturdy layer of mortar. To increase aesthetics and sturdiness, this wall needs to be reinforced. Right after, Ben connects the high-pressure washer to the clean water pipe. The powerful water jet quickly blasts away the stubborn dirt buildup on the brick wall. Next, he uses a hammer to meticulously flatten and secure the flashing, wrapping tightly around the chimney bricks. Now, the junction with the roof surface is safely shielded, ready to face the rain and wind. Moving on to the roofing step, he struggles to pull each shiny metal sheet up high. The first roofing sheet is placed down and aligned with a spirit level before being screwed into place. Moving on the hollow roof frame requires his utmost concentration so as not to misstep. Back inside the loft, he forcefully rips off the flimsy corrugated iron partition hiding the back. An obstructive beam is immediately sawn off to free up space for an airy architectural design. The gutter intersection between the two roofs is lined with flat metal sheets, ensuring perfect drainage. Each diagonally cut piece of corrugated iron is finally screwed tight, marking a spectacular transformation. He also saws the dark, rigid steel chimney pipe shorter to connect the fireplace to the wall. To secure the connection, he He carefully screws the connecting pipes together as tightly as possible. This fireplace has been here since the previous owner of the house moved out. Perhaps it is over 100 years old, but it still operates very smoothly. Just a little repair, and it can be used like new. Despite the freezing weather, he flips up pieces of the loft's wooden floor to start renovating the attic. The rotten load-bearing beams need to be replaced with new ones to ensure safety. However, he has to cut a small opening to act as a trapdoor for convenient access up and down the loft. The leftover pieces of board are immediately sawn small and inserted to seal the edge of the unfinished door gap. Right after that, he uses the newly cut wooden boards to build a sturdy new trapdoor cover. After the dusty floor patching process, the attic is also swept completely clean, ready for anti-termite spraying. Managing for a while, the window is finally fully assembled onto the hinges and opens and closes smoothly. The stubborn white mold stuck on the purlins is finally scrubbed away, ready for the solution spraying. The termiticide immediately covers the wooden surfaces in the loft, providing an absolute protective shield. The entire system of rafters and crossbeams above the ceiling is also sprayed thoroughly to prevent termites. Based on this tiny 3D printed model, he clearly visualizes the floor plan for the workshop renovation. Back to reality. He swings a sledgehammer hard onto the cracked concrete floor to start work on the main room. A massive volume of dirt and rubble is quickly moved to the gathering area, turning the space clean. Even the fireplace hearth has to be smashed, so he struggles to move the heater back into a corner. Then he uses pieces of wall mortar and small stones to spread as a foundation for the room. This is an effective moisture-proofing method. After clearing it out, he carefully arranges stone slabs as a blocking border along the side walkway. At this moment, a heavy truck pulls in and unloads a massive pile of crushed stone. Inside the storage room, the broken brick floor is gradually covered by the new material layer. He spreads the newly unloaded crushed stone layer evenly with his hands, filling every gap on the floor. To ensure the floor meets standards, the sound of a compactor immediately echoes, compressing the stone layer tightly. The area out in the yard is also compacted, bringing a smooth and incredibly solid surface. Once the floor is finished, he continues to work on the wall. After strenuous grinding, he sprays water to scrub off the dirt clinging to the brick wall. The previously dark space brightens up significantly when the brick wall is coated with a new layer of lime. Using all sorts of tools, he is determined to cut off the stubborn tree roots clinging deeply to the side. Inside the flimsy storage room are torn mattresses and scattered garbage being loaded onto the truck. A collapsed part of the roof brings down wild vines, turning the room into a gloomy ruin. He uses a shovel, working hard to clean up the dirt mixed with dry leaves into a large sack. In no time, the floor area is swept clean of residual branches and leaves, ready for rebuilding the roof. Not stopping yet, he continues to climb onto the flat roof at the back to tear up the dense patch of vines. After throwing the root mat down, he picks up the remaining scattered branches to clear the space. Scraping away the final layer of dust, the floor surface is now flat, clearly revealing the solid brick foundation. Following the edge of the wall, he patiently yanks off the remaining stubborn vines hanging on the roof. Wearing a dust mask, he patiently shaves off the layer of time clinging to the ancient structure. After grinding, he pulls the hose to wash the brick surface, scrubbing clean the dust he just blasted away. In this room, only the wall can be reused. All the structural elements of the remaining parts almost have to be completely redone. Although this is quite expensive, it is part of the plan. The sparkling, wavy galvanized iron sheets are meticulously measured and cut to fit. After cutting, he carries each corrugated iron sheet up the ladder to re-roof the workshop ceiling. A heavy forest rain suddenly pours down, but the room is now peacefully sheltering under the new corrugated iron roof. This layer of tarpaulin will help the wood be separated from the moisture of the floor. The pallet frame is set up in the corner, sprayed with more termiticide to increase the lifespan of the wooden boards. The scrap boards turn into sturdy dividers for a firewood bin placed against the workshop wall. Just patching up the cracks, and the house, which has a lifespan of up to 100 years, has been completed and is ready for use. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to follow more exciting content from this creator.